What's up, guys? I'm J-Rock's Adlibs.
And I'm Tori.
And this is our new series called Album Rotation.
In Album Rotation, we're discussing some of our current favorite albums, albums that we can't put down, mixtapes, EPs, LPs, whatever the case may be, music that we just can't stop playing, that we want to share with others and have like a community and discussion about it.
Absolutely. Just any of the albums that we always find ourselves going back to, always listening to, always having in our little current plays, just like anything that we're really grooving to.
Yeah.
So this is Album Rotation.
So first up, my first choice for the first ever album rotation has to be Hiatus Kaiyote.
It's a great album.
Dang, I need to say it first. Choose Your Weapon.
Sorry.
Their second album, I believe, which was released last year in 2015. I think I saw a recommendation from this album in a YouTube comment. I think I had to be watching something about the internet, of course, which I'm always doing.
We are huge internet fans.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was watching the video about the internet, and somebody in the comments had said something about Hiatus Kaiyote. And I remember I had seen their Choose Your Weapon album cover before, but I never like played it or anything. I was just like, oh, okay, whatever that is. So I played it one time. Oh my gosh, like eargasms left and right. This album has like so many sounds, but it really has that like just that soul feeling.
It's very soulful. The lead singer has a beautiful soulful voice.
Gosh.
Like her voice is pure butter.
I think one of the first tracks that really stuck out to me was Breathing Underwater.
Yes.
That track was like amazing. There's the sounds or the melodies, her voice is really a masterpiece in one particular song. That with Borderline with Adams, I mean By Fire, there's so many songs on this one album that really just speaks, and it has such unique sounds that come together though, so that's what makes it a complete album. It has so many sounds, you can hear a lot of influences from soul and Stevie Wonder, but it all comes together and it flows naturally, and that album is like really good.
Yeah, definitely. She put me onto that one album. Yeah. So if you guys haven't heard Choose Your Weapon, definitely go take it a listen. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. Yeah. My first pick is going to be the Tame Impala album, Current. Now this album came out last year in 2015, and like she said, I always saw the album cover for it. I just never paid attention to it. I just went about my business, didn't really care until Rihanna came out and she released her album Anti. And she covered a song on that one. And she covered a song on her album called, what was it called? New Me, something. Oh, something. Damn, it was called something. Right? It was called something. Same Old Mistakes. Yeah, Same Old Mistakes. So one day I was just so happy to look up Rihanna, and then I saw her in the news saying she covered Tame Impala's song. And I was like, what? That was a cover? That song sounded amazing. So I went to the album and I played it, and let me be honest with you, the first time I was not feeling it. I was just like, what is this? Because it was so different in sounding to me that it just didn't really register with me. After a couple of weeks went by, I actually finally gave it a listen, and it is a beautiful, beautiful album. I think it's just such a reflection of what my life is going through right now. It's everything about it. I love beats, but one thing I'm really sticking out to me is lyrics. I gravitate to lyrics more, and his writing skills, ooh, the stories that he's telling about past love, you know, changing who you are, making the same mistakes. It's an album that everybody can relate to, and some of my favorite songs on that album are definitely Yes, I'm Changing. That one is, whew. Every time I listen to it, I feel like I'm gonna cry, and I feel like, oh my gosh, yes, I really am changing. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. The Less I Know, the Better is definitely up there.
I think on that album, like, as a collective, it has such a mellow flow to it.
Yeah, it's like,
you play it and you're just like,
chill. It's really chill, and the synths behind it and the whole production of it, it doesn't sound like one particular, it doesn't sound like rock music, and it doesn't sound like R&B, or it doesn't sound like pop, or it doesn't sound like hip hop. I feel like it's a mixture of everything, but with a new sound to it, and that's why I love it. Like, it's this psychedelic rock, but it still has some nice 808s on it, and it still has these nice beats on it, and it's just like, everything about that album is beautiful. My absolute favorite. I play it almost every day, so it's definitely a top favorite for me. That's one album that's in rotation for me.
Second up, I kept thinking about this album. Like, this album, it makes you feel good. It makes you groove. It makes you want to dance. It makes you want to like just get it. It's Snoop Dogg.
I tried to but you know what's your favorite, so
let me tell y'all if y'all haven't heard this album yet. Snoop Dogg Bush. Like, I feel like when you think of Snoop, sometimes I think of Pharrell and I think about the collaborations that they've had together and how like those songs really make me happy. When I think of Beautiful, when I think of Perfect, when I think of Signs with Charlie Wilson and Justin Timberlake, like those songs make me feel good. And
that's a really good song.
Really good
Signs is
song.
like,
oh my gosh, like
I'm not sure about what I say, you not don't for me. When you're telling me this is a sign. Okay, sorry.
Anyway, songs like that make you just want to like groove no matter where you're at, or like dance no matter where you're at. So when Snoop came out with this album and Pharrell's on the production, I'm thinking like already from the jump, like it has to sound good. And of course I was right. From California Road to So Many Pros to I Knew That and Runaway with Gwen Stefani, like the beats and the sound, I feel like the whole production, and it's just got that same like groove that those old hits have.
Yeah, it's a groovy album.
And it gives you, it just brings you back to that moment where you just kind of groove into those earlier like 2000 songs. You got Stevie Wonder on some of the tracks. You got Charlie Wilson almost like every track. Pharrell, Chad, Snoop. I mean, got other features with Kendrick and Gwen, but I mean,
Kendrick's on that one?
Kendrick's on it.
It's a shame. I haven't even listened to it yet.
But really, like as a collective, this is an album I play like, and I instantly feel good. That's the thing about albums, and I want this kind of series to be about.
Yeah.
Albums that make you feel good, or they
make you feel good.
You play it no matter what, and you're instantly in that mood. That just makes you,
it just makes you feel.
Jam.
That's what music does to you. It makes you. It's like this thing that transforms you. Your mood, it transforms how you look at stuff, transforms how you love, how you think, and that's what, you know, sometimes albums do to us, because I believe that sometimes not all albums are good, let's be honest. I be playing some albums, I be skipping, like, what is this? Skip. But our album rotations are albums that we play from top to the end, that we play from start to finish. In shuffle mode, remix mode, we play it all the time, and throughout it still is so good.
That can really identify if you really like mess with an album, if you really F with an album. If you're playing it from the beginning and you don't touch it, you just let that thing play. That shows that you really feel it. You're enjoying what's playing.
Of course.
So second up, Snoop Dogg Bush. If you haven't heard it, if you want to feel good, you want to groove, you want to jam, go listen to Bush.
I need to go listen to that. She tells me about it all the time, but for some reason I just never pay attention to it. Okay, so my second album is a classic. I don't care what nobody says. I feel like this should go down in the history books. This is Amerie's first album, All I Have. Okay, now let me tell you about this beautiful album right here. Okay, this album came out in 2002. I was only in the second grade and only knew like 2 songs, basic singles. Why Don't We Fall in Love and Talking to Me. I never really paid any much attention to it until Talking to Me. That's so out of key. But so I always loved Why Don't We Fall in Love. That is probably one of my all-time favorite songs. Love it to death. And so one day I decided, hey, let me just play the whole album for once, you know, not just go to one song and skip. I went to that thing and I fell in love. It is so beautiful. It's only her on the album. She has no features, nobody else. It's just her singing, her voice, and it is just beautiful. And it reminds me of like that good feeling early 2000s music. Like that early 2000s R&B music had a certain sound to it, and to me that sound is classic if you get it right. And Amerie got it right on this album. All I Have is one of my favorites. I Just Died is, ooh, that beat. But it just, everything about that album is smooth. It's smooth.
It has a nice feel to it.
Yeah, it has a nice feel to it.
It has like that early 2000.
That early
2000 feel to it, and it just like her voice and a lot of the tracks they just play from.
It's cohesive.
Yeah, exactly. Why Don't We Fall in Love, and then immediately after
talking to me, and then
it just keeps going.
It just keeps going. One of my favorites. Gonna play it for the rest of my life. It's up there. I love it to death.
Third album for me. I feel like I really don't need to say much about it.
3?
Yeah, I said 2.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Anyway, I feel like I don't really need to say much about this album just because I feel like it's deemed by a classic by a lot of music lovers, a lot of music enthusiasts. It has such a soulful, I like to present. It has such a soulful like feel through the whole album. And I'll be quite honest, I didn't really listen to this artist a couple years back. I actually just started listening to this artist and their albums. I've always knew like the hits of like Brown Sugar. I'm talking about D'Angelo. Brown Sugar, the album, I've always heard like, you know, his hits, but I never really listened and like listened to the albums thoroughly. And man, I played that in my car.
Brown Sugar was a great album. It's beautiful. You just put it on. It has, what I really like about the album is a 90s feel. Like, I just feel like I want to go to back in the 90s and go to a club and everybody's just chilling and they just dancing like this and they just, everything's
That's
just
what I really feel
moving.
like man, if I could like live in those times.
Yes.
Of course, I was like a toddler when these albums came out. I was like a youngin', but if I was like this age and going and like jamming to these songs, I would love that.
It.
I would love that. Like 90s, that's another
90s is a whole nother, 90s is a whole nother. So my third album is from the artist named GoldLink, and he had his first mixtape, which was The God Complex. This one came out 2014. I always saw the album cover for it, like Aaliyah does, never paid attention to it, so I brushed it off to the side until literally, this was last week. I was watching something on late night TV, whatever, just so happened to change the channel, and I heard him performing on the TV program, and I was thinking like, damn, this sounds really good. Like, who is this? I looked up the song, I looked up the artist, and I played the album, and it's so beautiful. And the album I'm talking about is his first debut album, which is called And After That We Didn't Talk. And I love the whole concept of this album. Himself, GoldLink, says his album is about a very important relationship in his early teenage years, and it's just, I totally hear that story when he's speaking. What I really loved about this album is that he's rapping, but it's not like normal rap beats. It's like he has this house sound in the back of it, and it's like a little electronic and a little funky, a little groovy. It's not one basic hip hop sound, or it's not like one basic trap song or trap sounding song, and it's just like everything is just beautiful. That album is really, really good. Some of my favorite ones on there are See I Miss, Dance on Me, and Palm Trees. I really love Palm Trees because he didn't necessarily cover it, he just took you know the girl's name, Alina? I forgot her name, but her name's Alina, and her song is called Palm Trees, and I liked how he took that one and kind of still used the song but still made it his own, and that's what I really enjoyed about that album. That album is, I played from the start, finish, sounds good throughout.
Is this the same guy with like the orange floating head?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the album. I try to put her on this album. She kept like, it don't sound good. I'm really not feeling it.
You know what's crazy? Because like a week ago, I was on SoundCloud, and I always see that cover. Yeah. It's like an orange background. It's got like a floating. Wait,
we talking about two? Oh no, we talking about two. Oh god. So those are our album rotations. If you guys like those albums, leave it down in the comment bar. And if you have some albums that you think that we should listen to, or anything that sounds alike to what we just talked about, please suggest some of your favorite albums, because we definitely want to hear. We love discovering new music.
We want to talk, we want to discuss. Leave it down below. We'll get back to you, we'll respond. So thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye guys.
Bye.